around the front. As you see, it's looking absolutely awesome, guys.
Having a 135i, I was like, why did you sell it? I just have so much more fun in this. I'm not even joking.
Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro an advance.
Right guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my name's Luke and this is Lbtv. And from the title of today's video, we're basically, upgrading how the rear basically handles on the road, because we've got a bit of a problem on my last track days. The back end was getting out and a little bit twitchy, and because all the weight at the minute is at the front of the car where the engine is and everything else and where I sit, at the back there's literally nothing at all weighing it down. I don't really want to be adding weight because the aim of the game when you're doing track and stuff like that is not really to add weight. But today we're going to be installing a K-brace from the good guys down at BAF Motorsport. Now Chris, the owner of BAF Motorsport, known him for, since basically when I did my 135i video, I remember I had a K-brace of that. Exact same thing, the Clio, they've just brought these out, so I think I'm one of the first people that was doing a video on the 197-200 K-braces. I'm doing an install video today, and this should, hopefully, fingers crossed, there's not been a lot of testing yet, but obviously I'm going to do some testing. This should stiffen up the rear quite a fair bit, because obviously we're going to be bolting it from the two top shock bolts to the actual chassis of the car, and it should, theoretically and scientifically improve the back end of the car, which is what we're going to go for. I definitely needed it. Now, the reason I'm not doing this as like an episode of me building a race car is because I might in the future have to take this out when I get the cage, just because the bolting points in which the bottom sits on is where I think the rear part of the rear cage goes. So for today, we're going to go ahead and just do a basic install, get this in the car, let you guys know what I think of it, and yeah, go from there really. So let's crack on with the video. Now before I do just dive straight into it and get on with the install video, this is the letter you'll receive from Chris when you purchase yours. All he does is K-braces, guys. Honestly, he's absolutely S-H-I-T hot at it. I'm not swearing, I'm laying down on swearing, but yeah, he's really good at what he does. Greets you with a letter and a sticker, so we're whacking a sticker on the K-brace. But as you can see, we're at Global, fitting bits in today. It's a bit of a different scenery. But yeah, where it bolts to, I'll quickly show you now. So we've got a hole here. Now, luckily, I'm all stripped out, and I'm not gonna have a problem of stripping anything out. But if you've got a back of your car that's not stripped out, it's relatively simple to watch. If you go back to one of my videos of me stripping out the Clio, you can go watch that of me stripping out mine. But another thing is, guys, if you are interested, he doesn't just make it for like my 135i's or the Clios and that. He makes it for absolutely crazy amounts of makes and models. So if you want to get involved, and I can actually get you guys a discount, but I'll explain it all at the end. But for now, let's just, I'm blabbering on way too much. Let's get the install done. That's what you want to see. So, first things first, guys. You want to be taking out this top shock bolt here. There's one either side. It's a 17mm bolt, or mine is anyway, on the late yellow speeds. Now, what you got to do is basically get yourself a ratchet with an Allen key on the end. Pop that in the top. Obviously, that's second, but you want to get the spanner itself. So I'm using a spanner instead of a ratchet or a socket, and then I'm going to get the Allen key at the top, because it will spin when you go ahead and start undoing this. So you're going to want to be going left and then have the ratchet going right, just so it stays in place, and then you can start undoing it. So we'll go ahead and crack these and undo these now. I'm going to have to get inside the car for this and do that, but hopefully, there you go. So the top shock bolt comes off nice and easy. The good thing about this, guys, is that you don't actually have to go ahead and basically take the wheels off or jack it up or anything like that. You can just do it with it on the floor. I mean, the top shock bolt's already all the way through, so you're gonna have the force of the chassis against the wheel and the shock, basically pushing up against it. So it's gonna be nice and easy to come off. It's gonna be a relatively nice and easy install video for you guys, or install for any of you that want to get involved and do this. I know with some different K-braces, you've got to drill and put rivet nuts or rivets or whatever in and stuff like that, and you might have to on some of the models. I think it's on the 197 models you might have to, but for the 200s, well, the factory 200s, you don't actually have to. I think it's something to do with the Isofix fixings, but if you check it all out on the BAF Motorsport, it will give you the information you need for when you do fit yours. But I'm going to go ahead and quickly take off the rest of these bolts. I'll do them either side, and then we'll catch up to the point where you can stop, relax, think of, you can basically be like, look, have I done this right? If you're not, you can go back through the video and have a watch. And we can all be at the same sort of part and move on to the next bit. Right, guys, so once they're all out, we've got the actual washer and the bolts themselves here. We're going to move them to one side because they're not going to be needed for a minute. move the tools out of the way for just a second as well. And this is where we start getting the K-brace in place. Now the two fixing points of the chassis are here and here. This is where it kind of gets confused with the Isofix fixing, because I think it goes along there as well, but obviously being a factory cup, it never had the Isofix fixing. So it mounts onto the chassis here and onto the top mounts up here. So we'll go ahead and we'll get it all in and lined up. Now the thing is with this K-brace, it's very like slanted when you put it in. So the first thing I'm going to do is line it up on the two top mounts, where it sits on the top mount bolts. Nice and easy, and it'll push down, and push down on it, make sure it's all nice and solid, and that's how it should look when it's in. It is literally bang on in place. Now I've got two little rubber mounts here. I'm gonna two rubber grommets, whatever they're called. If they're in yours, take them out. I'm gonna take them out. Don't actually need them. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do that now. But that's how it should look when it's in the car. Nice and simple like that. Really good to look at. But yeah, I'll quickly go ahead, take these out, and then I'll bring the camera around and show you guys the actual install of the bolts mounted to the chassis down here. Okay guys, so I've actually decided to keep the little rubber grommets, or rubber bungs, whatever you want to call them in. It's not actually going to impact it at all, because when you tighten this down, it's all going to push down anyway. I did take it off and I looked underneath and it was a bit oily, so I was like, probably not best to leave that exposed. So we've got 17 mil bolts that actually come from BAF Motorsport itself. I must honestly apologise guys, because the lighting and everything in there at the minute is horrendous, but this literally goes straight in. If I can get it lined up on the thread, like so. That's 17 mil. I'm going to use the ratchet in just a second to just nip it up a little bit tight. I'm not going to do them fully tight, because there's no point yet doing it proper tight, because I want to make sure everything's lined up. You guys want to make sure everything lines up in place as well, on the top shock bolts and on both these two bottom ones as well. So that's that one done. I'm going to do the other one now, and then we'll come back. So that's both those two 17 mils done up, like relatively hand tight, just so it gives me a bit of play when I'm playing around, putting the top shock bolts back on with the washers. So we'll get the washers now, just quickly slot them on top like that. I was going to put them literally just pretty much underneath, but as photoed when BAF Motorsport were doing it, they had them on top. I don't really think it made a difference, but it's just there. I'm going to have it there for support and that anyway. So we're going to make sure we just start doing these up hand tight quickly. Like that, until it hits the lock on the thread, because these are 17 mil as well. So luckily that's 17 mil and that's 17 mil, so we're doing both up relatively simple. So what I'm gonna do now is get the camera around and set it up here. I have to get the Allen key bit in again and the spanner and do this up nice and tight, and then we can go ahead and do the bottom ones up nice and tight. So guys, exact same principle again, just this time you're going to be going left with the ratchet and obviously right with the spanner. So just literally tighten it up. All you've got to do is these two top mount bolts, guys, and then the bottom one's connected to the chassis, and you're done. It is that simple. This is a lot easier actually than 135i1. Obviously, there's going to be some differences with various makes and models when you're actually doing yours. But what I'm going to do now is quickly nip these up, just again so they're like averagely tight, and then I'm probably going to do the bottom. Actually, I don't know. I'll probably do these top ones first. It doesn't really matter now. Once you've got it all lined up, you can do it as tight as you want. Just make sure these top mount bolts, these rear shock or top mount bolts, whatever you want to call them, these rear top shock bolts, you can call them what you want. Just make sure they're really tight, because this is what actually, you know, when you're going on the road, if these are not tight, then there's going to be some sort of clumps going on and you're going to not enjoy it. Although it's French and an absolute baguette or a croissant or whatever you want to call it, and they make some weird old funny noises anyway, this is the kind of noise you don't want to be hearing. So make sure they're really nice and tight, and then I'll catch up with you guys in a second when we've got them both done. Boom, there we go guys, it's all done, looking sweet. Still some of the tools in the back there, but it's all done and dusted now. Just got to tighten these bolts all up. It's a really simple, nice and easy install for you guys to do. I'll get you another angle here from around the front. As you see, it's looking absolutely awesome, guys. So what I think you guys deserve is some cool cinematics, but in some good lighting outside. We're going to also go for a drive after that. And you know what to do, guys. If you want to get one of these K-braces, BAF Motorsport, leave all links in the description down below. But for now, enjoy these cinematics, guys, and then we can go for a little rip, see how it performs. Okay guys, so we're just gonna go out for a little drive. Hopefully you enjoyed those little cinematics, they were nice and sweet and looking lovely. See if the basic changed anything guys. The real test is gonna be, I'm sure I'm gonna have to shout because the car's quite loud and I've got a window open because it's boiling up, and it's really shaky along this bit of road, so I apologise for that. But basically, yeah, the real test is gonna be on track, seeing how the back end reacts. I've got shims to go on the rear axle yet to go on to camber the rear a bit more, so that's going to help out a lot more. But we're just going to see how this performs, just on a little bit of road. I'm not going to go too crazy, you know, I'm just sticking by the law, doing normal speed limits, just going to go into the corners a little bit more aggressively, but you know, there's no harm in that because there's nobody around here that I'm going to bother. I'm not driving like an absolute lunatic, so see how we get on. Taking some corners nicely. Also staying by the speed limit. Let's go around this roundabout a sec. See how we get on that. There's nobody here anyway, so this car is just unbelievable. The grip. Feels good so far. Just feel a little bit more flat on the rear. They usually get a little bit twitchy. I don't know what actually causes it. We'll go down here. So it's a bit of a nightmare really, it causes it, but see how we take this corner. It's a nice little corner. Nice and flat. Yeah. Seems to be alright, to be honest guys. I'm sorry the lighting and everything's all off today because it's so bright and everything as well, but it feels really good. Like I said, the real test before you can get any real, you know, judgments or anything beforehand, it's going to have to be on track. But for a little bit of road use just now, as I am, it's actually doing really well. I love this car, it's so good. Having a 135i, I was like, why did you sell it? I just have so much more fun in this, I'm not even joking. It's just incredible. I think my fuel light's about to come on as well, because I'm literally so low on fuel. But yeah, honestly guys, that little go around, really happy with the car. Can't fault it. Yeah, there we go guys. Honestly, the love for this car is just mad. I actually love it to pieces. It's so good. Over the 135i is mad. But yeah, anyway guys, BAF Motorsport K-brakes, as always, absolutely love them. From that little stint, that little outgoing, whatever you want to call it, you know, I really enjoyed it. It did kind of feel a little bit better around the corners. It wasn't getting as twitchy, but obviously I'm not going at high speed into corners or anything like that, so I'm not able to find out fully, unfortunately. But next time we get on track, guys, I'll give it a good bash, see how it performs, and hopefully it helps things out a lot with me, you know, when I'm going around cornering and stuff like that, especially into chicanes and stuff. You know, I want to kind of keep that back end down. I don't want it coming out as I'm coming out of the chicane or anything like that. But anyway guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, slap the like button, and for the discount that I mentioned before with BAF Motorsport, basically what you've got to do is say I sent you to either their Facebook page or Instagram page. Just message them, say look, I've just watched Lbtv's video. They'll put you into like a group and you can get like a group discount. I think they're like £124 or something usually, but I think we can get them down to like 90 quid for you guys, which is, you know, awesome to have that in the back. It will help you out. People can have it for looks, or you can have performance. It doesn't really matter. If you just want it in there, it's also gonna have a bit of performance as well, but also at the same time it looks absolutely incredible. And even, let me switch the car off. That's really just doing you guys head insane. That's it guys, check it out. I'm over the moon with it. I'm really happy with it. We're gonna give it a full going on track soon, see how it performs. But for now, if you've enjoyed today's video, like I said, slap the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you've not already hit the bell button to be notified every single time I upload, then go do that now guys. And check out, as always, all of my social media links in the description down below, along with people I work with and including BAF Motorsport today, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.